Your requests are our obligations.
Still your shine.
Are our agenda. We serve you.
Go ahead, Michelle.
We belong to you.
They're gonna love her and hate you. You better do something about that.
Look at him. He's like,
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Snootyvegans with the Intel. I am here with the highly capable, wildly talented, and absolutely hilarious Rakai. What's going on with you, fam?
hello, Governor.
Yo, if you're watching this, you are watching Foundation episode 6. When you catch up, don't worry, there'll be a link in the description for episodes 1 through 5. It has been interesting talking about some high-level thinking regarding some of these stories. Be curious to know what you think. Leave those comments, and of course, catch us at the end of this for our review of the reaction, and you'll get an interesting way to know how to watch this in all of its glory. So without any further ado, let's get started.
You're up even earlier than usual.
Weird dreams. Lots of arguments with strangers.
All right, that's got to be weird.
I think it's this place. Other people's dreams are leaking in.
Makes me glad I'm not a mentalic.
So they're called mentalics. I know in Dune, people that are like that do high level thought processing and stuff like that, they're called mentats. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
If I think how that sounds, on voices, you have one too.
Oh, it's like a totem.
I don't know your pitch, but it's not that.
Yep, that figures.
I could always tell what people are thinking. That's how this happens.
Oh.
I can show you.
Camera movements behind silver is crazy.
Oh. Yeah, it does that weird rack focus thing going. Yeah.
They blame my family too.
Dang, they just gutting necks. Goodness. Oh, that's old.
It's Jean Grey.
Huh.
Yeah, she might be the Dark Phoenix. Like,
Yeah. I mean, you know, and it's a cult, so I'm always leery of cults.
yeah, yeah,
It's very
yeah. We walk
cultish.
around. Yeah, we walk around Krakoa now. Like,
Yes, I'm voiced. Doing it aloud is kind of rude. I'm telling them you want to know about them.
oh, too much, too much.
Way too much.
How about go crazy?
Dang. Kids in crates.
Yeah, I didn't ask to watch this many documentaries all at one time. Let's stop it.
So there's a couple of ways we can go. We're treated as gods among men or wolves among sheep. I like my plan wherein we keep to ourselves
We need your help.
because of your psycho history. We will not be your army.
Then you'll be casualties. Many years from now, a mentalic like you rises to power.
I'll know a lie if I'm presented with one.
Go on. I'm all right with it.
She's like, I don't even want to go back and relive that myself.
Yeah, that part. Like, you do realize that's traumatic, right?
Am I lying?
Look, she's like, shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I thought I was the Dark Phoenix, but goddamn.
Yes.
She looks as old as you, but she's your daughter.
Yeah, it's all a bit sticky.
It's like, yeah, just give me the cliff notes.
Fruit of your loins and all.
That's got to be weird. Yeah.
I can't accept.
I know a lot of brothers that's dealing with that.
Your Harry may say a likely future, but I don't know, and neither do you. Because it's being filtered through perceptions shaped by him. Ready to explore what you can do. You'll never know what that vision really was.
All right, I kind of feel that, though.
Circulation ceases first at the outer edges. It will take a while yet for the decay to reach the heart.
I think it's interesting how but the brothers, like, they could have chose to make those rings invisible, but they're like, nah, it's a flex. I need y'all to know who we are.
It really is.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? If you look at other sci-fi movies, I don't know if they're all Asimov you know, derived. But like Elysium with Matt Damon, same thing. You know, they had the rings on the outside like that.
Be met with resistance.
Welcome to Trent, Eye of the Empire.
It feels kind of like when the space elevator failed in season 1. Yeah.
Walk through the scanner.
I didn't realize there were two of you. His visa now.
Thank you, Tamandra. She was terrifying in a really friendly way.
I didn't realize there was more than just one of you.
First time in almost 2 centuries.
Right. The brand new toes you don't quite remember getting.
That's why you've joined me.
Yeah, I'm like, you don't want to talk about that?
The opposite. Maybe someone was worried you'd reduce everyone in numbers if you weren't careful. Maybe someone wanted you to have some skin in the game.
Huh. Literal skin in the game.
So if you're not to blame, then who is?
Oh, there's no simple answer to that one, Salvor. Sometimes being angry is easier than facing the truth.
Big facts.
He kept it to himself. He still chose to be with her.
Heart wants,
Selfish.
heart wants.
Yeah.
We've all been guilty of magical thinking at one time.
The Beggar's Lament. Very fine.
But this is game right here.
Oh, wow.
Just coming to probe her mind to find the radiant on the ship.
Yep.
Do you want to come in?
Like you invited a vampire in.
And you're checking for poisons. Well, it's smart to be
You see that? She's like, she knows she's in her mind.
I came here to apologize about that.
He's trying to save humankind.
Me too. The ones who deserve it.
The ones who deserve it.
Usually it's too far, the ships can't make it, or they're caught by whatever they're running from. And we have to listen to their voices fade away.
Oh, dang. She just warping? Like, I need you to
See-
stop doing
see
that.
how she keeps feeling her head? She feels her in her head.
Wire a jump ship so I could reach more sighted, thousands more.
She's just doing stuff
Could
so
put
she
them to
can
work, honing their
long enough to find the radiant.
Yep.
You are singular, Gaal Dornick. I haven't seen the like.
Usually when someone says that to me, they want something.
That part.
But I'm going to offer you something in return.
That's a strange looking woman.
Better if I show you. You've got a very special mind. I'd like to walk around in it.
That reminds me of Inception when they had to throw the water on you to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You put me on my home world. Was that supposed to take me back to a childhood state, make me weaker?
Old homes open old wounds, and you seem to have wounds a place. Your mule didn't choke you through a vision. Your mind thought, ouch, and the blood vessels popped. You did it.
Whoa. Wait a minute.
Come now, your mind's all smudged with his fingerprints. He'll never see you as his equal, even though you're his better.
Mm.
Gaal, I'm not well. I look at my people and I wonder what'll happen to them without me. Who could lead them? My people would.
Want you to lead them.
The recruitment is real.
Even if he's more than 100 years out, that mule still concerns me. So here is my offer. I will give my children to you.
Wow.
And those same tools will keep your daughter breathing.
All you want in return is...
Yeah,
The
that
radiant.
part.
Harry Seldon will not be party to it.
That was a dope piece of graphics.
Yeah. Hober Mallow. So is that like hyperspace travel? Like,
Yeah, I think so. That's why he was unconscious.
Becky. Becky. No. Becky, calm down. Okay? I'm just a messenger.
Oh.
What the fuck is that?
those are the coordinates. What the shit? It look like something coming out like what's that? A black hole? Or
yeah, the thing
space?
behind it. The thing behind it. Yeah,
Yeah.
look. Yeah, it looked black hole-ish.
You really don't like sitting still, do you?
No.
What do you do to relax?
Patrol?
Are you serious? Huh.
Its quantum nature places it outside of space-time. It's the same object in two places.
Like Schrodinger's cat kind of thing.
Or did she make you believe that that was possible? This woman can put anything in your mind, you know.
That part.
You've no way of knowing if these are even your own words.
That part.
You all right, Eric?
Just space lagged, and perhaps a touch of overindulgence.
Let's get you a bed.
Give him a bottle.
I say that's strength enough.
I've been a drunk and an addict for over a century.
About to say he's getting off the,
Something new.
getting that monkey off his back.
And it puts my belief to shame.
Dang, that's a great scene. Y'all, you did it on that one, my guy. Oh, wow.
He got in there and told on himself. Damn, they put him. So, okay. I seen it. It's like on the first 48. They put him in the room. He got in there, got the snitching, didn't even get a meal.
Yep.
Winniset's memory fell victim to neglect. We neglect her no more.
She looks a lot like Demerzel.
Queen of the Cloud Dominion. You see, Winniset will not be the last empress on track.
She wearing the hell out of that dress, though. Go ahead, girl.
I am ending the genetic dynasty.
At least we ate well while the feast was on.
Your requests are our obligations.
Still your shine.
Are our agenda. We serve you.
Go ahead, Michelle.
We belong to you.
They're gonna love her and hate you. You better do something about that.
Look at him. He's like,
They gonna love her.
she been a problem since day one, though.
From the word go, out of pocket. He like, hey, you better grab his hand. What you doing? You got yourself a problem.
Like, you better fix this. You know, but the crazy thing is, you know what I'm saying? What can you expect? She ain't no dummy.
No.
She know that you killed her family.
Huh.
What is this? Cirque du Soleil?
You beat me to it. I was at it in my back of my mind. I was like, yo, we in Vegas? We got the Vegas show going.
Oh, this the rest of X-Men. That's what it is.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
Oh, that's them.
Defiled the home swarm.
Huh.
Oh, swarm.
And it's that whole race of the time traveler regeneration people. Yeah. Genetically altered people.
I wish I could thank them. It's okay. I'm not there now.
My 19-year-old self versus my 27-year-old daughter.
We'll find your prime radiant.
You'll destroy it.
Oh, absolutely, and with joy. Nourishment, self-defense.
You're gonna drown me first.
Well, yes.
This doesn't stop the plan. I still have faith.
I have faith in Gaal. Don't leave till he's dead.
Hey, what a messed up way.
Yeah.
That's so barbaric.
Oh, that's where the water was.
I figured out the map. I walked the pattern. You don't see it.
Step away from the boy.
Dang. Whoa.
Selden. Dr. Selden.
Dr. Taj, I was hoping I'd bump into you.
We need to discuss.
Look at that Donald Trump hat.
I still don't see how.
You're speculating about the future. Changes to trusted institutions, ideas that inspire thoughts.
How dare you make people think? Yeah.
If you're out of offices, I have no problem sharing. Oh, here's one.
It's my office.
In its present state, it's hardly more than the description of a database. It falls apart at the slightest poke.
He's like the audacity of this girl.
Check projections against real data.
Exactly.
Brilliant. Well, we concur again.
Yeah, that's your little boo thing in training.
Why not? It's interesting.
Yes. No, I mean, yeah, it is interesting. I was just wondering if
Gonna shoot that. Come on, Kobe.
Yeah.
But why would you want to know about my father?
Oh, your father.
Ah.
Maybe.
You know, theoretically, if you concur.
I live to concur.
That's how scientists do it, huh?
Ready? No flourish needed to open this one.
So is that Rachel's mama? Because I thought he looked more black than.
So did I. Is that their heartbeats or something?
She.
7
months.
Oh.
Oh, but remember when Ray said letting him die, that wasn't the first time, though.
Okay. Huh.
But did he let his first child die?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm guessing.
Convince him.
She's a worm, crawling up the legs of those in power.
Oh, right in plain sight.
Hari, stop that. Listen, yes, Streeling University is tucked up against the ribs of the Empire, and that's the best place to slide in a knife.
Oh.
You float through life in that goddamn silver moonlight. You want to give this up? I can smash it.
No.
Drop it, step on it.
Don't.
Dr. Taj is fighting for her life. She is desperate.
Oh, that's what happened to the baby. They probably ended up taking her, did something to the baby. Empire did something. He told her. She did warn him. She's like, yo, she is desperate. She's going to do whatever it takes. There go the baby.
But he just flatlined, didn't
Yep. He just flatlined. That's jacked up when you even know the moment it happens. Wow.
Tried to told him. She tried to told him.
We all know that ain't it.
Our child will never draw a breath. And you were sending me into a death trap.
What child?
Oh, and that package has a rock in it, not the prototype.
Yeah, thought she was playing me.
She's alive. Look.
That's not real.
She's alive, Harry. The vid is real.
Hey, this was a vault is.
Yes.
Felt her die.
You're a scientist. You don't believe in heart-bound lovers who feel each other's pain?
She never believed in marriage.
Is she a real one for walking out there in heels?
Harry, she wasn't supposed to die. I just wanted to recover the
I was about to say them heels.
That's just because I'm scared.
That's definitely the right.
Oh, you should be.
He said that is definitely the right reaction.
What are those?
Sheepdogs?
What?
You murdered Yana.
Oh.
Yeah, them dragon things.
Those are moon shrikes.
Yes. They go over that cliff there. It's a funny thing, the planet of the moon sharing an atmosphere.
You see him throw away the little thing for the control of his drones.
Hurry! You'll die too.
It's like, nah.
I know the pattern.
Yeah, I know this.
A friend recommended him. Thank you. This will do nicely.
Best place to slip in the night.
Yep. Come on, Harry. We know you got a plan. Come on, man. You're like You're like Hannibal from the A-Team, man. You always got a plan. Come on, man.
That's an awful way to go out.
I mean, horrid. Wow, we're gonna really end it like that? Word?
You brought him back one episode to kill him off. The next episode.
Oh my gosh, how many times this man gonna die on this show? If you're watching this on YouTube, you're gonna see a cut down version of our reaction because we're only allowed to show you a limited amount of picture-in-picture. But if you wanna watch the whole thing with us uncut, uninterrupted, head over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/Centel. Become a member of this channel. You'll get access to the full uncut reaction, but you will need your own Netflix, HBO Max, or Disney Plus subscription so you can open up each episode in an adjacent window to our reaction. We'll give you a little time with a small reference video at the bottom of the screen to help you sync up the footage. And it'll be like you're watching it with your favorite pals from the internet.
Real comic book shit, here it is.
Oh my gosh, man. I don't even know where to begin. Shoot. What's your first thoughts while I try to gather mine? Woo.
I don't know. I mean, I knew something was off about Tellem and the whole, mentat, the mentalists, or whatever they call themselves, society. I don't know. And the hard thing is to get around because, even though Tellem was right about Gaal's dependence on Hari, she was also, manipulating. Gaal was smart enough to see that, but Hari was smart enough to see that, what did she offer?
That's the
Everyone is trying to manipulate everyone else, and it's like nobody keeps it a buck. Right?
Yeah.
Politics are mother.
Yeah, I mean, you showed up to the planet with the #1 draft pick. Everybody wants Gaal, and if you're somebody that is a seer per se, I guess her motivation is to just look out for her own people. I don't know how malicious it is until, well, obviously it's really bad if you're going to, tie somebody to a post and just have them slowly drown. You're not a good person. Good people don't do that. But the ability to just force memories into people's heads and to manipulate like that. I mean, shoot, intergalactically or whatever it is, because, her reach went out really far. Yeah, it had me thinking for like a hot second. I know we said jokingly last episode that, she feels kind of Charles Xavier, but the more you listen to her talk, you realize she's more Magneto. Her people have been persecuted and hunted down and killed.
You know what your people do, and
So there's a part of me that feels her. I get that. I get the frustration of that, but the way you're going about it is all wrong. That ain't it, sister. I think for me, my standout moment, it really didn't have anything to do with the brain teasing, man. I think my standout moment was going back to today, debuting his version of Michelle Obama to me, the new queen heir to be. And he thought that, the crowd, he was doing this for them. And it's funny too, he did it in a place that is traditionally known for spectacle. And he said that this place used to be like the gladiator pit per se,
right.
and he named it after his mom and everything. And the thing about, the gladiator pit, which is kind of used today in terms of like sports in general, is that it appeals to the masses and keeps their eye off the ball. That's the main reason why the Romans even created these things in these Colosseums, was to keep the rabble in line, right?
Today we call it the news.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, there you go. That's the new gladiator pit. I mean, it's funny too, because they even dress him in like Roman kind of garb, like with his armor and stuff like that. Yeah, like he's an emperor. But it gets blown in his face because she talks out of place. She talks out of line. Like he thought he was gonna go in there, drop a hot 16 and walk away with the applause. She was like, hold on, just wait.
She's like, hold on, I got bars.
Yeah, I got bars. And she's gonna make the people love her. At least that's what I'm taking from it. So that to me was the big standout of this particular episode. Just any thoughts regarding just even that moment, or even dealing with the mentats in general?
I was gonna say that moment to me was incredible. So and looking at the screen, so I see. So that moment with her doing her normal, talking spicy. you know, which is funny because it's a very dangerous game to play. You know, she's new to this type of political arena and playing on this level, and it makes me think of like, you know, like we all love James Bond movies, right? But the whole thought of what it would take to be James Bond, you have to not only be a professional killer, but a professional liar at all times, and where you don't even know where you begin and where your job ends, you know, any of that type stuff. Like one lie, one omission, one error can get you killed. You know, and it's not like a video game. There ain't no reset. Done. You know, and she's playing a dangerous game. Like I said, to me, I hated that when she kept meeting with that guard, they kept meeting in the same spot. I was like, y'all begging to get killed. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that might be a secret spot, but there's got to be other spots. Like, y'all keep meeting in the same place. Y'all looking for somebody to, you know what I'm saying, be up on you and what you got going on. I don't know. You know, the thing is, will she eventually find out that it was him that had her people killed? And to what end did he think? Because he could manipulate her, he could control her because she was so far down the line that she was insignificant to her peoples that, you know, I just, you know, and so in them finding out about old girl, what's the android's name?
Demoiselle.
Yeah. And the fact, here's what's kicker too. So they are at 18 versions. Dawn is the 18th version of Cleon. Demoiselle's been around since Cleon the first.
Yes.
Thousands of years. What kind of technology? I mean, she ain't got no upgrades. She ain't got like, that technology is crazy.
Yeah.
And she's so good that they just now found out, oh, she's a robot and she's been around like, and she was already in the room. Like, what kind of robot? She must be one of them Asian robots.
It's no Asian, no nothing, right?
Yeah.
They have hinted around though that there was an age of AI, right? There was an age of AI and machines, and then they didn't get into the specifics. I'm sure you all can tell us in the comments as to why that age died out, and anything that dealt with that age was destroyed. And that was kind of like the thing that kind of like kickstarted the new age.
Well, it had to be, you know, like we've seen in so many other movies. You know what I'm saying? When you go all the way from the Terminator to the Matrix to the new movie coming out, The Creator, where AI and being self-aware is dangerous because, you know, it eventually figures out it doesn't need us and that we are the problems. We are the biggest problems on this planet. We're more like a virus than an actual organism that's beneficial to the planet. So if they, which is amazing that they were able to get through the age of AI and get to whatever this age is in now. But Demoiselle, so they said nobody knows about Demoiselle, and apparently her version or her sort of robot is not even supposed to exist anymore.
Yes. And see, here's the thing, like, and here's the thing that they haven't really talked about, but is really pivotal. And they went through a couple of episodes of when the earlier version of Day went to that planet to run the trials to prove to the masses that, you know, he was worthy, right? But what you didn't really talk about a whole lot is how that affects Demoiselle, because even though Demoiselle is AI, it was an interesting storyline because she had a belief in a religion that kind of gave her like purpose in a sense. It gave her like almost like a reason to even exist, right? But then Day went over there and pretty much shit on the whole parade, embarrassed the leader of that religious organization, and kind of like left Demoiselle in the dust. I don't think she has forgiven him for that, or either that, or maybe she doesn't even have that distraction anymore. Her hobby's gone, so now she's got idle hands. You know, it's like, oh, okay, well, if you're gonna take that away from me, how about this?
That was Playhouse.
Yeah.
Now that religion and them peoples, is that Sareth's family?
No, I don't think so.
It just seems like there's a callback to everything in this show.
Right. Her people is like, they keep calling them the cloud people. So
Okay.
I don't even think we've even seen her where she lives. The only reference that I've heard is like they're the cloud people. And I don't know, maybe she's like Aang's avatar cloud people. I don't know.
Yeah, but she called it Sareth, the first of the many.
Okay.
And I just wonder if them people, that religion over there where they went to prove himself, if those weren't her people.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, I can see that tie-in.
And then
That's
after he did all that, and basically shit on him, so they wasn't shit. Because remember, they was disrespectful to his face.
Yes, that's why he went down there personally.
Yeah, but then even after the trials and after all that, they were still kind of disrespectful. And he's like, could he have taken all them out and used Demoiselle to do it? Because like, remember the chick, she gave Demoiselle that little bracelet. Did you see when Sarah started talking? She grabbed that little bracelet. I think Sareth is from them people.
Huh.
And I think because of their disrespect, like even though he went down there to prove himself, to prove a point, they were still disrespectful. And they was like, yeah, you ain't what you think you are. And he's like, oh, really? Hold my beer. You know what I'm saying? Like, because like he killed off the first 200 in line. Like he killed off a lot of them.
Yeah.
Like, and I think the only reason she survived is because she was on elsewhere on another planet or something, like, doing whatever it was she does.
Okay. Yeah, man, I can see you connecting the dots on that, man, and okay, that's really interesting.
Because it's weird to go into her backstory and all of this. I need to find out who killed my family and all this, and there's somebody we hadn't even been introduced. That'd be a weird angle to come from. It's like, why do we even care about them?
Yeah.
But if it isn't people from season 1 that disrespected Day, who is now Dust, right?
Yeah, because that was like a few hundred years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was Dust who got disrespected by them.
That's interesting.
But the memories are still went over to Day, and Day was like, Sarah shouldn't be able to trace it back to you. I made sure of that.
But did she? I don't know. We have so many questions.
When she grabbed that bracelet, that was
There was one more thought too. That's regarding what's her name is Brother Constant. The envoys, right? They get to the new city. There's a really dope moment where they had the discussion of faith versus belief. And I never even heard of it in that context. I never thought about it in the context that he gave. Like, I saw this because my eyes, I believe, but you didn't see what I saw. You don't have a real reason to latch on like I do. Yours is based off of belief. You didn't have to be shown in order to feel it here. And it shamed him a little bit. He's like, you are a really true agent of what we believe in because of that. And I had to have proof to believe per se. If it wasn't for that, I may not even be thinking this kind of way, whatever it is. But you're all in. And then they come in and pull the kick though and snatch him up. But I just thought that was like a really just great scene of telling the difference between belief and faith. And that is, to me, is a very large umbrella of this entire show as a whole, because you have to have you have to believe what you see regarding some of the data, but then you kind of have to have faith. And is this really going to happen? And there's like that tug and pull going back and forth, especially when it concerns Hari. And even like the people when we're talking about Salvor and Gaal who are following, it's like this thing, like, why are we continuing down this path? Is it a belief thing? Is it a faith thing? It's all this science that's in this show. And then you have something like faith and belief that is counter scientific as you possibly can, being such a large and pivotal part of this show. I think that's just really excellent writing.
I think what's interesting is it was actually kind of explicitly mentioned a couple of times. Yeah.
Okay.
Where Hari said something, he and Gaal, or he and Salvor were having a conversation about, why are you brought back? And he said something about, well, it makes sense if there's going to be this belief where now the belief in me has switched to religious overtones, then it has to be, if I'm going to continue to be this messianic figure, then I have to be resurrected, which is a direct reference to Jesus. And I think it's interesting because like if you think about modern day Christianity, the disciples who walked around with Jesus, they saw firsthand miracles and all of this stuff that it's reported that he did, and still one of them went snitched on him. You know what I'm saying? His main dude, once he got pressed, did you know this dude Jesus? Nah, I don't know him. I don't know him. And they saw it firsthand. They was there. And you have now, Christianity didn't start for 300 years after he died, and now you have people now in the world, Christianity is one of the biggest faiths in the world, and people who have no direct knowledge of what he did, and it's all belief based on not even second and third hand.
Right.
It's at least little buddy, he was there. He saw Harry with his own eyes when he was a kid. It's something completely different. And the thing about faith and belief, it never comes into play until you need it. Like people, they pray over their food, and they pray before they go to bed, and they pray for a lot of things. But most people, regardless of their religious affiliation, regardless of their commitment to their faith, they'll pray just because it feels good to pray. And at least I can say, if I'm trying to defend myself getting into my version of heaven, it feels good to say, well, I did pray and I did do this. But your faith, your belief system really comes into play when you actually need it. When it, it's funny. When I was in the military, I was in the last class of people who got the old school drill sergeant in your face, cuss you out, punch you in the face type of basic training.
Okay.
The very next class that came after me were these new kids that we have today. It's like, drill sergeant, I'm feeling real melancholy today. Could you please stop raising your voice at me? Like, what? And the whole thing is like, through training, through the discipline, I was like, I don't want one of those people in a foxhole with me when we get into the shit. Because they're not built for this.
Okay.
And there's a saying in the Army, there's no such thing as an atheist in a foxhole. It's true. Once the bullets start whizzing, I thought you didn't believe in God. Who are you talking to?
Yo, that's mad funny. Yo, that reminds me of that moment of the movie The Mummy, right? And there's this guy, this bumbling idiot named Benny, who's just he's just in it for the money. And the mummy shows up, right? For the first time he sees him. And the first thing he does is that he grabs his cross and he starts like chanting. He's like, oh, and the mummy's coming to him and he looks at it, it doesn't work. So he picks up another one and it's like the Star of David. And he starts doing another thing. He's like, no, that ain't work. He grabbed the other one.
Yeah, he had all the face on it. He's like, let me see which one of these work. Something got to work.
One of these, but I believe in something.
I was telling my buddy, and he was saying something to the effect, and it's completely different correlation, but he was saying something like, if a super fine woman tried him or doesn't, like he would do this and he would do that. And I was like, you never know what your faith is. You never know how strong your conviction is until you walk in that sphere, until you walk in that realm. I said, it's easy for the ordinary guy who sits at home after he gets off work. He sits in his favorite chair, he watches football, he goes to sleep, he gets up and does it again tomorrow. It's easy for that dude to be faithful to his wife because there are no options. No one's testing him. No one's trying it. He didn't let his belly spill out over his belt. You know what I'm saying? Like, not in your prime no more. You know what I'm saying? You're not with the six pack and you don't have them trying you. So it's easy to be like, yeah, I love you, boo. I would never. But if you run around in the world with Chris Brown and these type of things, and you got Instagram models on you all the time, and they'll do you just to get the Chris. Hey, and see what your conviction is now. You're like, I'm a married man. You're like, no. I like every one of your pictures on IG, please.
Yo, if you've never walked the path, you've never been truly tempted. Yeah. What do you know? What do you know?
It's hard to say what your faith will produce unless you've been tested. And old dude was kind of saying that, like, her faith, she had ultimate supreme faith without, and that is the thing about faith, believing without knowing for sure. And that's what faith is to every religion around the world. You know, they have faith. You know, Harry is trying to get Gaal to believe, to have faith in the plan. It's bigger than me and you. It is about the numbers, and it's laid out. You already see, you know, it's not that I'm over here and I'm predicting. I'm not a mentalist. I'm not predicting the future, but the patterns, the universe itself has laid this out. And all I'm doing is I'm smart enough to be able to read it.
Yeah, Gaal has belief in the idea, but she doesn't have faith yet. She's working on the faith part.
I think she has belief in the idea. I think she doesn't have faith in everything because people are fallible. You know, people have their own agenda.
Well, speaking of one more instance of faith, and we'll go get a little bit closer towards start wrapping this up. We saw an instance of it as well, and that we got a chance to re-see Hober Mallow. I think that's the name, Hober Mallow or whatever it is. He is definitely on some, I believe, faith, because Harry sent him to just an undisclosed spot in the universe and said, just trust something's gonna happen. And lo and behold, something happened, and we get introduced to a new variation of something we've already seen. There are these people who have been genetically altered to help manipulate warp travel, and their bodies have been changed so that they can be conscious while this happens. And lo and behold, there is a whole civilization of them, maybe per se, that show up, and they're called with the group, the Spawn. I think they're called the Spawn. The Hive. That's what it is. Then they call themselves the Hive. So once again, the show has done something where it showed us something that you think is interesting but may not be a big deal. Showed it to you. Showed it to us in the first season, and now in the second season, they've taken this small thing and the concept of this genetically altered species, maybe, I don't know, and given them a larger concept, and we see them in this massive ship on the edges of the galaxy, and we're just scratching our heads like, all right.
Here's the super interesting thing about that. In this season, we've seen them twice. Once in this particular episode before that scene.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Like, you got to think about, so the chick who is one of them is like the lieutenant or whatever to the guy they let out of prison.
The admiral dude, the admiral guy.
Yeah, and then when the monks woke up from their hypersleep on the ship that was on its way to Trantor, because remember they jumped passage on that ship to slip in, you know, to not be noticed or whatever, and they gave their ship to Hober Mallow. They were woken up by one of them. And remember, even old girl said, I didn't realize, you know, that modifications, because old girl said, no, I'm human. And she said, I didn't realize that the modifications could be so elegant. So then to see them and say, you know, what are you doing here at the Hive? Okay, so does that mean old girl on dude's ship and all the rest of them are part of the Hive mind? So,
that part, right? It's like, what is happening right now? Yeah. I mean, just brilliant. It keeps you. They do leave these episodes do leave a very good cliffhanger to keep you coming back for more. And we're gonna leave you on this particular cliffhanger and tell us what we got right, what we got wrong, and the fun one is what did we miss? But keep that in context of the episodes that we have previously watched, and just this one, please, no spoilers. And my man Rakai, go ahead and tell the people what's going on and how they can get in contact with you.
Man, on most social media at Diamond Mind, the guy AMONDMYND, Diamond Mind.
And let me tell you, this brother, I love him. He is an absolute trip. If you want to see him live and direct and in effect, you can head on over to the Geekish Network. There is a link in the description. I promise you, it'll be worth your while. Hey, thank you all so much for tuning in. We will see you all for the next episode. All right, take care.